What's up, guys? Welcome to Real Beats. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some sound selection tips. If you guys haven't subbed already or turned post on, just do so. It'll just help out a lot. So let's hop right into it. So I have three categories here, and I'll just go over them right now. So the first one would be soft, right? Soft would be like ambient or any sound that creates a vibe, right? And then you have harsh sounds. Now these sounds give a lot of energy, and I'll show you an example. So here's soft. Right, and then we have a harsh sound. And you may say, hey, that sounds kind of soft. That's a harsh sound, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then you have mid sounds, which is a combo of both, okay? So how you want, and I'll just play this. All right, so how you want to combo these. Now, if you are struggling with sound selection, I'm gonna say this: use soft sounds with soft sounds. And then what you want to do is use the mids to complement those soft sounds. So that would be maybe like accents or counter melodies. Okay. And that goes with the harsh sounds as well. If you use a harsh sound, use harsh sounds with harsh sounds. And then you can use the mid sounds to complement those harsh sounds. That is like if you're struggling with sound selection. Now, when you get better, you can start using all of them together, which we'll do here. All right, so you're probably like, okay, so how do I know which soft sounds to put together? Basically, you want to put similar timbres together. Now, if you don't know what a timbre is, you look it up, or I'll just tell you it's pretty much the characteristic of the sound or the character of the sound. This does not mean the pitch or the frequency. All right, that's completely different. I'll show you what I mean real quick. So here we can go and let's go to keyboards. So I'm gonna pick a piano first, right? So a piano, organ, and a Rhodes. They're pretty much the same instrument, right? But they don't sound the same, right? They have different timbres. So the piano and then organ, and then we have Rhodes, right? You see they sound very, very different. So if you want to combo though, like the soft sounds with soft sounds, or harsh with harsh, what you need to do is match up the timbres as best you can. So you could put a piano, this one, and you could probably combo it with like piano 2 or something, right? They sound very similar, but your goal is to fuse them, right? So if they don't fuse, and I'll just pick a sound that I know sounds good. Let's do this one. They should fuse. So I have two soft sounds here, right? Or something like it, right? Well, this will actually be my mid, right? And these should fuse together, right? I'll just play one. Right, you shouldn't be able to tell what sound it is, right? Now, with harsh sounds, usually with these, you should instantly be like, it should kind of overtake the entire melody, right? You can see, you can clearly hear this, right? No matter what you do, you'll always hear this sound, even with this one. All right, and that's how you can tell it's a harsh sound as well, right? Now, this brings me to my next point, which is how do you combo soft, mid, and harsh together? Well, you need to know what thin and thick sounds are, right? Because if you have a thicker soft sound, you'll need to combo that with a thin harsh sound, right? So I have a video, I'll post it in the comment section or the description or whatever, so you can check that out. But I highly recommend you watch that video if you haven't, in order to kind of get the most out of this. All right, and lastly, before we actually make a melody, I just want to go through some of the sounds. And here we have this, and I'll just kind of categorize them. Right now, a lot of sounds are mid sounds, right? A lot of them are, but let me see. Let's just go to, this is a mid sound. That's mid. A lot of these are mid. A lot of keyboards are mid. They kind of go on both lanes. So I'm gonna try to find something more. All right, definitely harsh. Okay. I'm just trying to go through some presets so you can see like what I mean. And we can just, bells, most of these are gonna be mids. Okay. Right. Let's go some strings. Definitely a mid. Definitely a harsh one. Now this could be a harsh, but I would say that's a mid. Now you see, you'll run into stuff like that where you're not sure. And if you're not sure, put it in mid 100% of the time. You'll know if it's harsh. Because you'll want to not play it. Okay, let's go to harsh sounds, and this is just, oh wait, the last one. Definitely a harsh sound. Now we have auto gun. This pretty much breeds harsh sounds, but right, again, harsh sounds are pretty much, they will give you energy. So I use these for like verses, right? And that's not 100%, right? You can use it however you want, but this is just a guide, right? To get you going if you're new to like sound selection stuff, right? So that's it. I know that took a pretty long time, but I just want to make sure everything was straightforward. Again, that thick and thin video will be in the description below and in the comment section, so check that out. And now we can just go ahead and make a melody, and I'll show you how to utilize this in a real beat. Okay, so now we're just gonna make a melody. I already put down some drums, but I just want to focus on the sounds. All right, so let's just go ahead and make some chords, and we could just start with, maybe if I zoom in, it'll help. Just start with a little bass line. We could just start, maybe you could start here. Okay, now this sound that I have, right, this is a mid sound, right? It kind of is very ambient, but you can hear those higher frequencies, right? They're very thin though, right? But it's still a mid, okay? So, and let's just skip every other one. And we can pull this up and create a chord from this. Then we can turn these into maybe majors. So let's skip 3 spaces. And this is why I like using this method, because I don't have to look at the notes themselves or count. I'll just look at the spaces and we have the chord we want. Simple as that. And then over here, we can make this a minor. Skip 3 spaces, pull this down. Boom, we got some chords. All right. Let's probably stretch this out. Okay, and I'm gonna just copy this over and maybe copy this to another one. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to combo harsh sounds and soft sounds and everything. So what you wanna do is define what sound you have already. So this one I would say is a thin sound. Okay, so now what I need to do if I wanna add a harsh sound, right? I want to make sure this sound is a thick sound, right? Because you don't want to really combo 2 thin sounds. You can do that, right? But like I said, I'm just trying to make this video straightforward. I'm not trying to account for all the different variables, because that's what makes sound selection so difficult, because it's a whole bunch of if then and then that type stuff. So we put a thick sound here, and I don't know how to show the preset. I guess that's the preset. I don't know, but here we go. Right, and you could, level it, but for the most part, they pretty much go pretty well together, okay? So there's that, and now we can move on to like maybe making a melody or something. All right, now keep in mind these harsh sounds will add energy, so you'll see how this is kind of low energy, and then we add the harsh sound. It's a lot more energy. So since I have 2 of these, I'm gonna use like a mid sound here. Now this is the moonlight. Now this can go both ways. It could be a soft or like a mid. If you want it to be more soft, you could change the timbre. So, right, and you could change it. It's a little bit more soft, but I'm gonna use this as a mid, because if I make it soft, you probably won't hear it with both these harsh sounds on. And that's kind of the thinking process from the sound selection. So let's go in here and we can kind of just build something like this. Let me turn it off. And I'm just matching up these notes with the notes we already have. Let's copy it over, pull this down an octave. And let's take this B, pull it down. And I wouldn't do it like this, right? I'm just showing you my process of thinking for it. right, so let's copy it over and we can just add some variation on this side. And maybe just maybe shift some stuff over. And then with this one, we can just pull this up an octave. Again, we don't gotta do too much. Just a little variation. All right, so now let's move on to our last sound, which is a harsh one. All right, so now is our last sound, and usually I would use this as like the accent. So compared to this one, this is more of a thicker sound, and this is a lot thinner. So I want to use this lightly. So I'm gonna just kind of throw it in there whenever I feel. I don't want to overuse it. So I don't know, we could just maybe start here. And I like that. We can use some. Just copy it and maybe just change this note. Okay, I like that. So it's a pretty decent melody. All right, so now let's go ahead and just finish the beat with the 808 and kick. Now, there's one thing I want to note before we get started with the 808 is this little timbre thing, right? So to the left, this soft sound is a more mid-ish sound, right? You can hear it a lot more clear. So I'll just play it. Right, but if we put it all the way to the right, you'll see it's a lot more soft. And it's gonna kind of melt into your melody because we have these harsh sounds here. Not a huge difference, but the more sounds you add, the more irrelevant these sounds come. So you have to kind of choose wisely. All right, so let's go, and we could just quickly throw down an 808, and we can just. Copy it over. Maybe we can play with the octaves over here. All right, I'm just trying to spice it up just a little bit so it's not too like normal. Pull this down an octave too. All right. All right, and then we Control A, Alt K, right? And then you want to right click on this and then accept. And then we can just copy this, shift and drag to copy, and then I like to pull these down one to give it more thump, and then I'll just delete these middle ones. Okay, I like that dynamic. So now I just pre-did some drums in the beginning to save time because I knew this video is going to take a little minute. So here's the whole beat all together. All right. You see how we took out the energy with these harsh sounds? We bring it back in. All right, so that's going to be it. Hopefully these sound selection tips will help. Again, you can look at that thin and thick video down below. The link should be in the description or in the comment section. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.